enthalpy of reaction. Enthalpy of a reaction. This is very, very important. So listen carefully. The amount of heat liberated or absorbed during a chemical reaction when all the given weights of reactants reacted completely according to given equation. So see, the amount of heat liberated or absorbed during a chemical reaction when all the given weights of reactants are completely reacted according to the given equation is known as the enthalpy of a reaction. So whenever you take any chemical reaction, when all the reactants are completely reacted, then the heat liberated or absorbed is known as enthalpy of a reaction. Let us take an example. The example I am taking is C plus O2 gives CO2. According to the equation, 12 grams of carbon and 32 grams of oxygen reacts to form 44 grams of carbon dioxide. So whenever these 12 grams of carbon and 32 grams of oxygen completely react with one another, the amount of heat liberated is known as the enthalpy of a reaction, or the amount of heat absorbed is known as the enthalpy of a reaction. So like this, the amount of heat liberated or absorbed during a chemical reaction when all the given weights of reactants reacted completely according to the given equation. This statement is important. Let us see. Enthalpy of reaction is equals to sigma enthalpy of formation of products minus sigma enthalpy of formation of reactants. This is a very, very important formula you have to remember. Very important. At the same time, enthalpy of reaction equals to sigma enthalpy of combustion of reactants minus sigma enthalpy of combustion of products will come. Enthalpy of reaction is equals to sigma enthalpy of bond dissociation energy of reactants minus sigma enthalpy of bond dissociation energy of products will come. These three are the very, very important formulas. Let me make some statements on this thing. In different books, they give you different procedures to find the enthalpy of reactions. I will say, and I can say, this is the best method you can find wherever you go to solve the enthalpy of reaction. Simply, you remember these three formulas. Let them give you even half page of problem also. You can do that problem very easily. If some books are there, they will say reverse the reaction, multiply with 2, divide by 2, and so much confusion they will create. But don't go into all those mess. Just remember these three. Enthalpy of reaction equals to enthalpy of formation of products minus enthalpy of formation of reactants. Enthalpy of reaction equals to enthalpy of combustion of reactants minus sigma enthalpy of combustion of products will come, and sigma bond energy of reactants minus bond energy of products will come. Be careful with this thing, reactants and products will come. How to do means I will explain some problems in the upcoming classes. Now I will not discuss that thing. Let us go into the next thing. Classification of reactions. Based on this enthalpy, classification of reactions. Based on enthalpy of reaction, we can classify the reactions into two types. One is exothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions, or this is also known as exergonic reactions. And another one is endothermic reactions, endergonic reactions. This is very important one, ma. Still some confusion will be there for some students. Always these two is a confusion things, because there is so much chance to confuse a students based on these two. What are these? Exothermic reactions and endothermic reactions, and how they are going to ask problems based on this thing means, let us see. Exothermic reactions, reactions in which heat is liberated. Heat is liberated during reaction. So chemical reactions in which heat is liberated during the reaction are called as the exothermic reactions. Endothermic reactions means reactions in which heat is absorbed during reaction. So reactions in which heat is liberated are known as the exothermic reactions, and reactions in which heat is absorbed is known as a endothermic reaction. Let us take A plus B gives C plus D. The total enthalpy of reactants, enthalpy of products. Let us take this one. P plus Q gives R plus S. Enthalpy of reactants and enthalpy of products will come. During a reaction, heat is liberated means enthalpy of reactants will be greater than enthalpy of products. This is very important. Reactants are there and products are there. After product formation, heat is liberated means the reactants are having more energy, right? These are having more energy, these are having less energy. So that's why whatever the energy gap is there, that is released in the form of heat. So that's why enthalpy of reaction is always negative. For any exothermic reactions, you know very well, reactants and products are greater than, products are less than reactants. So that's why enthalpy of reaction is negative. You can also write this as A plus B gives C plus D plus heat. It mentions that heat is liberated in the reaction. Exo. Whenever you are pronouncing itself, exo means easily you are pronouncing. So you are releasing. Exhale means you are releasing the gas outside. So in the same way, exothermic reaction. So reactions in which heat is liberated are known as the exothermic. Here you see endo. Whenever endo, you are taking energy. So that's why endothermic reactions means reactions in which heat is absorbed are known as the endothermic. In this case, enthalpy of reactants is less than enthalpy of products. So that's why, since reactants are at lower energy, to convert them into products, since they are of more energy, you have to supply energy. So that's why energy will be absorbed and delta HR is equals to positive will come. And you can write this almost as P plus Q plus heat gives you R plus S will come. Like this, we can study about the enthalpy of reactions and different types of reactions. This is very important. Confusion will be exo means delta HR is negative. When it comes in the form of heat means on the products side we will write the heat. Endothermic reactions means delta HR will be positive. On the reactants side we will add the heat. So be careful with this thing. Hope you understood this. Examples for exothermic will be all combustion reactions. All combustion reactions are examples for this thing. For endothermic reactions, solid to liquid and liquid to vapor mostly. Whenever solid is there, that can be converted into the liquid state only by heating. Liquid is there, you can convert that into vapor only by heating. Like this, we can classify reactions based on enthalpy of reaction. Based on enthalpy of reactions, exothermic is there and then endothermic is present. Energy profile diagrams are there. We have discussed this thing very detailed in the chemical kinetics. There you can identify, but I will show you how the diagram will come. See, this is reactants and this is products. For these things, it comes like this. Reactants will be here, products will be here. Lower energy, higher energy, lower energy, higher energy will come. So be careful with this thing. And you can study about these things in detail in chemical kinetics. There is a video. From there you can get better knowledge on these things. So like this, you can study about the exo and then endo. They will give you some reactions and they will ask you find out whether it is exothermic or endothermic. Even in the chemical equilibrium, in the Le Chatelier's principle, effect of temperature on equilibrium is there. There also you have to have idea on these exothermic and then endothermic reactions. I will look on this. We will study about the factors affecting enthalpy of reaction. So we have gone through this. Let us see factors affecting enthalpy of a reaction. Factors affecting enthalpy of reaction. What are the factors affecting enthalpy of reaction? Means the very first factor that comes is physical state of reactants and products. Next one, allotropic forms of reactant. Allotropic forms of a reactant will come. And another one is temperature will come. Enthalpy. This reaction is carried out at constant temperature or pressure. These five are the factors that affects the rate of enthalpy of reaction. So the five factors which affect the enthalpy of reaction is physical state of reactants and products, allotropic forms of reactants, and temperature of the reaction where we are carrying, enthalpy of solution, and reaction whether it is carried out at constant temperature or constant pressure. Now let us see the first one, physical state. Simple. Whenever you see H2 plus O2 gives H2O. This is gas, liquid. Delta H, let us say X. Let us take H2 plus O2, liquid, and H2O, liquid. Let us say it is Y. When you see this thing here, gases are there means these are more energetic. Liquid is there means this is some energy will be there. And here you see these are liquids are there, right? When liquid is there, to convert liquid into gas, you have to supply some amount of energy. So listen carefully. Two hydrogen gases are there. Hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas. So they combine to form the water, means they will release some amount of energy. This is a combustion reaction, so some amount of energy will be liberated. And here you see liquids are present and they are forming liquid means To convert this liquid into gas, you have to supply some amount of energy. So that's why some amount of energy will be absorbed from this energy and it gets converted into the gas. So that's why Y will be formed. So always X will be greater than Y. Why X will be greater than Y means, listen carefully. Here hydrogen and oxygen are present in a liquid state and here they are present in a gas state. So these are in higher energy. So liquid to go into gas, it absorbs some amount of energy that will be from X only. So that's why Y is always smaller than the X will be coming. So be careful with this thing. So whenever the physical state of it changes, the total value will be changing. Be careful with this thing. And even you can understand from these two also. If H2O is in a liquid state means, let me give you another thing. H2 plus O2 gives H2O gas. Delta H is equals to minus Z. Here you see water is in a liquid state, so X is the heat liberated. Once it is converted into gas state means it absorbs some amount of energy from X and it will be converted into water form. So that's why X will be greater than Z will come like this. As the physical state of the reactant or products changes, the enthalpy of the reaction also changes. This is very important question. Now they will give you in different forms and they will ask you in which case X is more or Y is more or Z is more, like that they will be asking you. So be careful with this thing. Once the physical state changes means enthalpy of reaction changes, because for converting one state into another state, they will absorb some amount of energy or they will release some amount of energy. So that's why the enthalpy of reaction will be varying. And the next one you see allotropic forms. Allotropic form. Let us say carbon, that is a diamond. Diamond undergo combustion reaction to produce carbon dioxide. Let us take delta H is minus A. Carbon undergo combustion to produce carbon dioxide, that is amorphous. Let us say delta H is equals to minus B. So see, diamond is the solid form. To convert solid form into amorphous form, you need some amount of energy to supply, right? So that's why when diamond is being converted into amorphous, it absorbs some amount of energy and it will release some amount of energy. So that's why A is more or B is more means B will be greater than A. Why B will be greater than A means, because that to convert diamond into graphite, it will absorb some amount of energy. So since it absorbs some amount of energy, A will be a lower value compared to the B value. So be careful with this thing. That's why this value will be nearly 94 will come. This value will be nearly 97 will come. So why it is 94 and 97 means amorphous is in the lower energy, so when it undergo combustion, there is no wastage of energy. But in case of the diamond case, some amount of heat will be utilized for converting into amorphous state. That's why it will be changing. So that's why as the allotropic form changes, the enthalpy of reaction changes. These two are very important one, because they will give you the reactants or products in different allotropic forms and they will ask you which will be having more enthalpy of reaction, which will be having less enthalpy of reaction. Here you see diamond will be, carbon will be having allotropic forms, diamond will be there, as well as graphite will be present, as well as fullerenes will be there, and lamp black also will be present. When they undergo different types of combustions, which gives more enthalpy, that we will discuss in enthalpy of formation and enthalpy of combustions. Next one is temperature. What is this temperature? Always whenever we are discussing enthalpy of formations at room temperature only we will be mentioning. As the temperature changes, the physical condition of the reactants or products will be changing, and hence the enthalpy of reaction also will be changing. So that's why standard enthalpy of formation we will mention. Simply we will not mention enthalpy of formation, we will mention standard enthalpy of formation. Means at room temperature only we will be mentioning the enthalpy of formations, because as the temperature changes the physical state of reactants and products changes, so that's why enthalpy of reaction also will be changing. And after the temperature, the important thing is enthalpy of solution. This is very important one. When you consider a chemical reaction, to understand this enthalpy of reaction, we discuss about the hydrogen sulfide reaction with iodine. Let us see. H2S with iodine, it forms 2Hi and then sulfur will come. Here you can take solid. Let us take delta H is equals to B. H2S, let us take iodine solution. When you take iodine solution, 2Hi plus S will come, delta H is equals to minus Q will come. So when you consider this, here it is in the solid form, here it is in the solution form. When the solid dissolved in solution, some amount of heat will be released. So that's why exo will be coming. So that's why Q will be more, P will be more than that of Q will come. So when solid is there, it gets converted into solution and the reaction takes place. So that's why here it will be maximum will come and here it will be minimum will be coming. So like this, enthalpy of solution also plays a key role in this thing, enthalpy of reaction. And final thing, reaction, whether it is carried out constant temperature or whether it is carried out at the constant pressure. See, in heat capacity we studied these things, enthalpy of reaction carried out constant pressure is nothing but enthalpy of reaction. Enthalpy of reaction carried out at constant volume is nothing but the internal energy change. So heat capacity at constant pressure is delta H, heat capacity at constant volume is delta E. So like that, whenever you carry out any reaction in a open vessel, that is nothing but the constant pressure. Whenever you carry out any reaction, open vessel, if you carry out any reaction in the open vessel, means we are carrying at the constant pressure. Whenever you are carrying in a closed vessel, whenever you carry this in closed vessel, it will be constant volume. So delta E and delta H. So relation is delta H is equals to delta E plus delta nRT, where delta N is equals to number of products minus number of reactants. Only gases only we will consider. Like this, we can study about the what is enthalpy of reaction, how many types of reactions are there based on the enthalpy of reaction, and what are the factors affecting enthalpy of reaction. Based on this thing, theory bits or some basic level questions they can ask you. They will give you a particular reaction and they will ask you for which of the following enthalpy of reaction is maximum, for which of the following enthalpy of reaction is minimum. There is no need to by heart the values. Simply they will ask you which is more and which is less, or even in the values also they will give you some values, means you have to see which is more and which is less. Don't expect them, they will never ask you based on by hearting values in this thermodynamics. Only two values which you have to by heart is 57.3 and 13.7 kilocalories for enthalpy of neutralization. Nowhere there is no need to by heart the values. Only logic you apply, means you can do the work. That is the thing regarding what is thermochemistry, introduction to the thermochemistry, different types of enthalpies, and what is enthalpy of a reaction. If you like the video, means like the video and share the video with your friends. Comment on the video if you want any further topics, means. Thank you.